Seen hundreds of projects and got completely confused? Choose the right home in Delhi NCR like this so the risk of fraud and losing money stays lower. It is around 10 at night. A family is sitting at the dining table. The laptop is open in front of them, ads are running on the mobile, and on every other screen a new project is shining. Somewhere there is an infinity pool, somewhere a sky club, somewhere it says last few units left, and somewhere there is the temptation of a launch price. Everything looks wonderful. But the real fear begins right here. Because buying a house is not shopping, it is the biggest financial commitment of life. And the curiosity is this. When every project is calling itself the best, how does one actually identify the right project so that later the buyer is not left sitting with regret instead of the brochure? This same confusion is standing in front of thousands of buyers and investors in Delhi NCR today. New projects are constantly coming up around Noida, Greater Noida, Gurugram, Faridabad, Sonipat, Ghaziabad, Meerut, and the expressway corridors. Almost every project speaks the same language. Premium lifestyle, future-ready location, world-class amenities, next growth corridor, assured appreciation. These words are repeated so often that the buyer starts feeling that maybe every project really is good. But in real estate, the biggest loss happens where the buyer gets influenced more by presentation than by facts. The truth is that NCR is not one market, but a combined region of many different micro-markets. The demand, pricing, rental strength, connectivity, and future risk of every corridor are different. In Savil's Delhi NCR Residential Market Watch, micro-markets like Dwarka Expressway and Golf Course Road were described as top-performing, while corridors like New Gurugram, GCER, and SPR also showed steady demand and rental appreciation. On the other hand, Colliers had recorded sharp price movement in pockets like Dwarka Expressway and Greater Noida in Delhi NCR. The meaning is clear. Just saying the properties in NCR is not enough. The real game is of micro-location. That is why the first rule of choosing the right home is not the project, but understanding your own need. The buyer should first ask himself why he is buying the home. To live in it, for rent, for future appreciation, or just out of the fear that everyone is buying, I should not be left behind. This is where many people make a mistake. They shortlist projects before they shortlist their own life. If you have to shift in the next 2 or 3 years, office commute matters, your children's schooling is important, or your parents will live with you, then the decision will be different. If you are an investor and your focus is on rental yield, exit liquidity, and future infrastructure, then the approach should be different. The mind of an end user and that of an investor should not be the same. A buyer purchasing a home to live in will pay more attention to road connectivity, daily commute, nearby hospital, school, market, safety, water supply, and maintenance quality. But an investor will have to see how much actual demand there is in the area, how much oversupply there is, whether tenants will be found or not, and whether a resale buyer will come in the future or not. One big mistake is that people buy like an end user while being an investor. Or being an end user, they start dreaming of price appreciation like an investor. The result is that the home feels neither fully useful nor fully profitable. Now the most important question comes. Does location mean only the city name? Absolutely not. Noida is one thing, Noida Expressway is a different reality, Greater Noida West has different dynamics, and even within Gurugram, Dwarka Expressway, Golf Course Extension Road, the Sona side, New Gurugram, and the core golf course belt all have different profiles. So statements like just buy in Noida or Gurugram is the best are incomplete. The right question is this. Which pocket of that city is the property in? What is the existing infrastructure there? At what stage is the future connectivity? And how strong are the nearby job hubs? In Delhi NCR, the quality of the project is important, but far more important than that is the surrounding ecosystem. A buyer should look at the actual distance on Google Maps before looking at the swimming pool in the brochure. Lines like airport is near, metro is coming, or expressway connected should not be trusted blindly. Many times the developer uses the word near in a very loose sense. Practical commute is one thing, brochure commute is another. That is why the site visit should not be just for seeing the flat, but for feeling the whole area. Go in the morning traffic, see the area in the evening, look at the security and lighting at night, and check the surrounding social infrastructure. If a project looks luxurious, but there is no basic daily ecosystem around it, then for a few years, it will look better in the brochure and less in real life. Now, if we talk about the builder, this is where the buyer often makes the biggest carelessness. An impression gets formed after seeing the project ad, the celebrity face, the launch event, or hearing the pre-launch offer. But in real estate, advertisement is not track record. Track record means, of the projects the developer sold earlier, were they completed on time? How was the quality? What are the residents saying after possession? Were the promised amenities delivered or not? Did the maintenance collapse or not? This is the real due diligence. In a market like NCR, where the buyer's money often remains locked in the project for years, the builder's past behavior is the most practical way to understand future risk. Legal checking comes after this, and this is where the fewest people work hard. Many buyers feel satisfied just by asking, it is RERA registered, right? whereas the correct approach is to take the registration number and verify it yourself. A project search facility is available on the official website of Haryana RERA, and project verification is also available on the official website of UP RERA. This means that in the Haryana parts such as Gurugram, Faridabad, and Sonipat, the buyer can search the project on the 𝐻RA portal, and in the Uttar Pradesh parts such as Noida, Greater Noida, Ghaziabad, and Meerut, the buyer can verify project registration on the UP RERA portal. Simply trusting the salesperson is not wise. The buyer should check the portal himself. But one should not close one's eyes just after seeing RERA registration. The buyer should also understand that RERA has given a clear definition of carpet area. According to the law, carpet area is that net usable floor area which includes the internal partition walls but does not include external walls, services, shafts, exclusive balcony, or open terrace area. This means that while comparing flats, the buyer should not get dazzled by super area or saleable area. The real comparison should be made on the basis of carpet area, because that tells the actual usable living space. Many times, two flats appear almost the same size in the brochure, but the difference in actual usable area turns out to be large. Another place where money quietly slips away is the real cost. Many buyers become happy after seeing the base price and think that the budget fits. Then slowly PLC, parking, club membership, maintenance deposit, power backup charges, IFMS, registry, stamp duty, and other charges keep getting added. The effect of GST on under construction property can also change the budget, while according to the GST Council's Real Estate FAQ, ready-to-move properties after the completion certificate do not attract GST. That is why many buyers find a ready-to-move project expensive, but when the all-in cost is compared, the picture turns out differently. So it is necessary to ask for the complete cost sheet, not just the quote. This is where the big decision between under construction and ready-to-move comes forward. The biggest advantage of a ready-to-move property is that the buyer gets exactly what he is seeing. The risk of construction delay is lower, rental income can start quickly, and there is also no GST burden if the property falls in the completed category. But in an under construction project, the entry price can be comparatively lower, the payment plan can be flexible, and there can also be the possibility of future appreciation. The problem is that risks like delay, design change, possession uncertainty, and market slowdown are attached to it. So no one option is universally best. If the buyer wants certainty, the family has to shift, and the risk appetite is low, then ready to move can be more practical. If the buyer has a long horizon, both the project and the developer are strong, and he can handle some uncertainty, then under construction can also be right. Now understand one more danger, which is not written in the brochure: oversupply risk. In many corridors, so many projects get launched that the buyer starts feeling the area is very hot. But many times, this is also a sign that future resale competition will be very high, meaning the project you bought today thinking it had limited inventory, tomorrow that same pocket may be filled with dozens of similar units. This can increase resale time and make the investor's expected exit difficult. That is why the buyer should understand not just launch excitement, but the local supply pipeline too. If cranes are visible everywhere, then not only growth, but competition is also increasing. During the site visit, the buyer should read the land around more than the sample unit of the flat. The sample flat is always the most polished version. The lighting there is controlled, the furniture is carefully placed, the ceiling is made to feel higher, and the space is made to look psychologically bigger. But the buyer has to see what the actual tower density is, which side the balcony view is facing, how the sunlight will come, how the ventilation is, whether basement access is practical or not, whether the lifts are sufficient or not, and whether the common areas might feel claustrophobic in the future. Many people get trapped in the illusion of the sample flat, and after possession realize that there is a huge difference between brochure lifestyle and actual living experience. Loan eligibility is also part of project selection, not just a later step. If the project is bank approved, leading lenders are giving finance, and legal due diligence has already happened, then the buyer's risk perception can become somewhat better. Though bank approval should not be treated as a final legal guarantee, it is certainly a useful signal. Along with that, EMI is not just a question of affordability, it is also a question of lifestyle capacity. Many people go above budget thinking, let us stretch a little, and then interiors, shifting, maintenance, school fees, and everyday expenses together create complete financial stress. The right home is not only the one that gets bought, the right home is the one after buying, which life does not start feeling suffocating. For first-time buyers, the best project is not the one that is the most glamorous. The good project is the one that is within budget, has legal clarity, has practical connectivity, and does not create difficulty either in future resale or in living. The logic of a luxury buyer may be different, but for the average middle-class buyer, the first rule of home buying is stability, not status. Some premium corridors of Gurugram may show strong demand, Noida Expressway may look appealing because of institutional growth, Greater Noida West may attract because of affordability, but the final decision should be determined by the buyer's profile, not by market noise. The most practical formula for choosing the right project is very simple. First, make your need clear. Then understand the micro-location. After that, check the builder's record. Then verify RERA and check approvals. Then understand carpet area and total cost. Then visit the site and see the surrounding reality. And in the end, take the decision of under construction versus ready to move according to your risk and timeline. When the buyer reverses the sequence, meaning he first likes the project and later starts looking for facts, then confusion increases and the mistake becomes expensive. In the end, one thing should always be remembered. In real estate, the most dangerous sentence is, this offer is available only now. You will not get it later. Because a decision taken under pressure is often not the right one. There is no shortage of projects in Delhi NCR, but the buyer's money is limited, his income is limited, and the opportunity to correct a mistake is also limited. So do not hurry. Bring clarity. Choose the house not from the brochure, but from the balance sheet and ground reality. Only then will the project become a dream, not a trap. Only then will the investment become an asset, not a burden. And only then will your home truly feel like a home, not just an expensive booking. If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.